Hello and welcome to Fully Charged, coming to you this time from the Paris Motor Show. Not something we always do on Fully Charged, but every now and then so much stuff is happening in the world of les automobiles électriques that we just have to come and see what's going on. We've come here today with Renault because they are launching a lot of amazing concepts, some of which we've already seen on Fully Charged, but there's some new ones coming out. They're really committed to doing a lot of electric vehicles. Last night I saw the launch of their new Chinese model compact electric hatchback that they're going to build in China, because China is the new market for automobiles. But we're here in Paris with the classic electric Renault 5 and all kinds of amazing cars there. But over here are the new concepts that have already been launched. We've already seen some of these. They're over there. There's the Lux. They're amazing. They're really weird, the concepts are. But there's going to be a new one unveiled today that no one's seen before.
So the Paris Motor Show is every other year, biennial as whatever they call it, and it does that with Frankfurt, the other big motor show.
Oh, does it? Oh, it does. They swap. Okay.
And German manufacturers tend to favour, of course.
Well, Frankfurt's huge. I mean, I've been to that once.
It's actually a horrible show.
Yeah.
The French manufacturers favour this place,
right?
So that's why you have massive stands from Renault. And
the Peugeot one is huge. It's actually got acreage. It's the only way you can describe it.
But there's a lot of brands that aren't here. You've got Nissan aren't here.
Oh yeah, God, I've just realised.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're not, are they?
Mitsubishi aren't here. Ford aren't here.
Wow.
Aston Martin, less relevant, but they're not here. Mini aren't here.
Right.
So there's a lot of them who have chosen, because I guess they've either going to unveil all their European stuff at Geneva.
Right.
And these cost millions.
They must do. I mean,
they cost millions.
We've just been walking on the Peugeot carpet. You know, I couldn't afford to put carpet like that in my entrance hall, let alone over 4 acres.
No, the planning that goes in some of these stands and the cost is just hideous.
So Johnny, I have heard about the Audi E-Tron since I was born. I think that long, like nearly 70 years.
It has been a while.
But it was just sort of, and then suddenly here it is.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Production finished.
Yeah.
There it is in the metal, and it's the first time I've seen it in the metal actually.
Yeah. Presumably, I'm guessing it's going to be like in the shops early next year, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you can order it now.
Right.
It's interesting because it's sort of a little bit smaller than I was thinking. It's between Audi Q5 and Audi Q7 sized.
Right.
It's a bit lower than a normal SUV.
Right.
Maybe in that way that the I-Pace is, it's called an SUV, but it's a little bit lower, which I'm glad about. 249 miles WLTP range, which is the same as the Mercedes EQC apparently.
Right. But this is a 95 kilowatt hour battery, I believe.
95 kilowatt hour. So apart from a Tesla 100, it's the biggest battery that we've seen.
Yeah. That's kind of that gentleman to walk there, but
amazing.
That's what this is all about. We're never going to stop when that happens.
Yeah, media scrum around a car like this, which is why we're not going to get a clean shot.
But once again, and I think we're seeing this again and again. I mean, there are people here looking at other Audis that are here, petrol and diesel ones.
Yeah, there's debut of some other interesting Audis, but
that is getting all the attention again, isn't it?
It's getting more attention.
It's kind of centre stage here. They've got the drivetrain there, which basically looks like a Tesla drivetrain. It's exactly the same design, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
2 motors.
So it is 4-wheel drive.
It is Quattro.
Oh, it's an Audi Quattro electric.
Yeah. It is 50-50 weight distribution apparently.
Right. Okay. I actually really like the look of it. I'm shocked because I don't often have an opinion about the look of a car. It's very simple.
It's conventional. It's got a
grille. It's quite conventional. It's got a grille like an old car.
Yeah, like a real car. You like it?
I do like it.
I think it's okay. Oh, yes. While Robert's talking to the lady on the stand over there, look.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'm going to just show you what it's like inside the E-Tron. Now, Audis, like I said before, have always been classy inside.
Oh, I like that.
Classy
Johnny,
cockpit.
I like that in there.
Their use of aluminium and leather and high-end plastics has always been superb.
Very simple though, isn't it?
Yeah,
really
it's an absolute festival of beautiful tactility.
Yeah.
Is tactility a word? I
think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So touch screens, a raft of touch screens. Let's go around the back. Let's have a look at boots.
Boots. We want to know what the boot's like.
This has got a 660 litre boot, apparently. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, that is bigger than I didn't expect it to be that big. It goes that way a lot more.
Yeah, so the 660, that's
nice.
bigger than the I-Pace
It is.
Jag.
That is bigger than the Jag. Yeah.
Not quite flush entry, but nearly.
No.
I'm going to do that. Oh my
Oh, there's a lot of
word.
room in there for your cabling.
For cabling and all sorts
All
of stuff.
sorts of stuff.
Contraband.
You could put contraband in there.
Yeah, you could put a blimmin' dog in there. Just
You
drill
could get
some
a
air
small,
holes.
small terrier.
Yeah. I think it's interesting the way that Audi and Mercedes are going about the EV game. It's actually
Yeah.
quite conventional.
Yeah.
If you took the E-Tron badge off,
Yeah, just
you
I
go,
wouldn't know.
You
Yeah.
go, oh, is it the new Q5?
Yeah.
Is it the new Q7? I don't
Yeah.
know. So I think fair enough. They've, it's sort of not revolution. It's
No.
convention. It's familiarity. I do like it actually.
No,
I
I
think it's
do.
pretty.
Actually, I don't know where the charge port is at some point. Whether if they put it at the front.
That's a very good question.
Oh, look at this, Johnny. Look at this. Oh, nice.
No
Hello.
way.
Hello. And
Some sort of Ponzi cantilever.
yeah. And there you've got your.
Well, it sits quite flush.
Look.
onto
Oh, and
the
that's
bottom.
nice. Look, it doesn't come off and fall down on
No.
and then it closes as well. Look at that.
That is.
I like
But that's where your money's going
Yeah.
on stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Look. You stay looking at that, and I'm going to come around and talk to you. Yeah. That's a camera. Well, I got a ton of space back here,
I've got loads here.
which is what I'd expect because can't do the windows.
Oh.
Won't you?
What I quite like, the thing I've noticed is you can adjust the angle of the camera, like you can adjust a mirror.
Oh, can you?
With your fingers on a touch screen. So you
can do it with your
you can
fingers.
pinch and squeeze and
And
move it
open.
up and down.
Technological tour de force.
Right?
I tell you what you will see. You'll see more cars with these in the next 2 or 3 years, and this will become that.
Yeah, I think so. That's still a sticky out thing.
It's still a sticky out thing,
Yeah.
so this will become more flush, like an earlobe.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
a small earlobe.
Like a little earlobe.
See, I'm tempted to touch. Oh my God!
It's not double-sided. Is it Type 2 on both sides?
No, the other. This is Type 2. The other is CCS and Type 2.
Okay, so
But-
Type 2 both sides.
That is a
Two.
genuine surprise.
Hang on, is this the first ambidextrous EV? Well, it's all getting very E-Tron here. I think we should move to Mercedes.
I think we should. So,
Where-
Hall 5.
Hall 5
I know
now.
Tesla are here. I've got to obviously walk past a Model 3 and not notice. That's important. I want to
That's
continue that
Becoming
tradition.
a fully charged tradition. Yeah.
Mercedes, though, I want to see this because you've been in this, haven't you? This is
I've
your
been
best-
in the clothed, disguised EQC,
Yeah.
and it will be very similar in size and
Oh,
style.
well, I sort of imagine it would be bigger than that, but it isn't. It's roughly that size.
I think it's taller.
Right.
Well, do you know what? Let's
we'll
actually do it.
I tell you what, when we look at it, we'll find out.
Yeah, let's do that.
So they haven't bothered to go for anything like a frunk. They've it's just like
It's the whole thing just open. This is a real Merc hallmark of being able to
of
open
going
the
that
bonnet
high.
almost vertically.
which is really useful if you want to do maintenance on the car, but on this car, it's kind of pointless.
What would you ever
You're going to have
touch?
that as the bonnet. You know,
I
you
mean,
don't-
there's screen wash.
screen wash you need.
Is that your sort of radiator water?
Radiator water, yeah, radiator
I
water.
don't know where your brake fluids will be under a panel over there
Yeah.
or there.
Oh, now, how do you open the boot?
I bet
you
it's the
can't.
badge. There you go.
That honestly actually made. I was worried I'd broken it. That for some reason looks a bit smaller than the Audi, but I bet it isn't. It's probably about the same.
Yeah, it's the chamfered.
Maybe it's that. Is it? Yeah, it doesn't look.
Angle.
Somehow it doesn't look as deep, but it probably is. So that's in a way a surprise to me. I don't know why I really expected that to be bigger. I just
monster.
assumed it was going to be an absolute monster SUV with
Yeah.
an electric drive. It was sort of like a Model X size, and it's actually much more.
No,
much
it's
more
smaller than
compact.
that, and it's a little bit lower than that.
Yeah.
I think it's again. I think E-Tron and that they are very,
They're
very
very
similar.
similar, yeah.
They're a lower down
Yeah.
SUV
Well, and
looking.
I-Pace as well. All three of those are really competing, aren't they?
Yeah, and
Similar.
that's the same power and the same proposed range as the E-Tron. Exactly
Right,
the same.
right.
402 brake
But they're not,
horsepower.
because I get confused then. So they're not linked in any other way, those two companies.
my
They're
God,
direct
no.
competitors.
They are arch
They're not going,
rivals.
do you want some batteries? Yeah, well, here's a drivetrain.
Oh man, no, they are. They are not friendly.
Right, right.
I mean, the VW Group has Audi, Volkswagen, Skoda, Seat.
I suppose suppose.
And a bit of Porsche,
Of
of course.
Yeah.
They're all on one side. These guys are on the other side.
Right.
And BMW are in the middle, kind of going,
Right.
hey, we've got the I.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's blooming good, and it's been out a long time.
And now the new I with the bigger battery.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
I still look at the I. I still look at like the i3. I know it's a different segment car, and I think, is that the best you can do? And you've had 5 years.
Yes.
And the same with the e-tron. Is that the best you can do? And you've had 5 years.
Yeah.
And you know, to be fair to Jag, the I-Pace is out on sale. You can own it now.
Own it now. Yeah. And I've seen
own
about
that.
two or three in the wild. Just genuinely, that's
Yeah.
not a press car. That's someone's.
You can't own that until late 2019.
Oh, you're kidding! Oh, it doesn't. It's not out.
About a year from where we're sitting now.
Why is it? Why is that then? I suppose they've got to shift all the diesels first. That's what I'm afraid. That's
Just
probably
saying.
the case.
Just saying.
They've got to move them. Yeah.
I've just dropped my spoon.
Well, yeah. So, Johnny, I need you to do now is explain to me what I'm looking at, because I mean this is the car that's got all the attention here.
It's the car of the show.
And then I go, wow, it's brilliant, Peugeot bring out this amazing electric car.
Yeah.
This is a concept they haven't actually made. They've made one.
It's a concept car, so obviously it's a bit of a flight of fancy. You only
Yeah.
need to look at the wing mirrors; they're always a surefire giveaway.
Yes, that wouldn't really work. would
But
it? No.
I was just looking it up to confirm. Peugeot's boss has said a version of this car could go into production. Now,
Right.
whether that's so watered down that it doesn't look anything like this,
Yeah.
but the idea of this is it's based upon a 504 model coupe,
Right.
which is 50 years old this year, which is why
Right.
they've done it.
Right.
But it's also showing that fully autonomous.
Because that's the thing, it's got some
electric
amazing
cars.
shizzle going on
just
inside.
seen it, yeah.
So it is a potentially fully autonomous. You can drive it or it can be driven.
And they're
Yeah.
saying a fully autonomous or partially autonomous EV can be sporty and can be exciting to look at.
Right.
And by Jove, if they even do 50% of the aesthetics
styling,
of that,
yeah.
the styling and the velour interior.
I love
Love a bit of velour.
I haven't seen Vela. That's decades since I've seen any decent Vela.
Yeah. It's 456 brake horsepower.
Wow, I see. So it's pokey. It's a pokey sports car, really.
Yeah.
It's a two. Is it? Would you call that a 2+2?
Yeah, I would call
So
that
it's
a
not,
2+2.
it's not really a four-seater, is it? I mean, you'd be a bit
although
cramped in the
it
back.
is a bit of a velour sofa back there. It's like a love pen, isn't it?
It's a Vela love pen.
Well, the Kia Robert.
How can anyone?
E-Niro.
How can anyone? Because so they've used Robert De Niro to promote this car.
Yes.
But I watched it and went, why have they got him? What's the connection between
you
him and
didn't-
electric cars? Absolutely never made the connection.
E-Niro.
E-Niro, De Niro.
Ta-da! Soon you'll be seeing a lot more of this Nero and that Nero. Stay tuned.
So this is a car that you can
Anyway.
already buy as a petrol, as a diesel,
Yeah.
as a plug-in hybrid, in fact. But this is the completely electric, the one that we're all really waiting for, because we've already driven the Kona,
Yeah.
which is it's directly related to.
Yeah.
Its underpinnings is Kona.
The important thing about this car, which I think is really important to state right at the top, is the official range of the Kona is 300 miles. The official range of this, big improvement, 301 miles. So you can imagine there's a Kona pulled over just before the charger, a mile away.
Of course, because
this one will sail in,
Yeah.
because everyone will always push it to that last.
Of course they
few
will.
meters.
Yeah. But what's cool about this? It is a bigger car than the Kona.
Yeah. I can now see the back is big. The back overhang, it's bigger. isn't it?
Bigger
I can tell.
boot,
Even I can
apparently
tell.
bigger rear leg room.
Right.
It's 195mm longer,
Right.
ever so slightly heavier. Performance is not
can
really
be.
noticeable.
Yeah.
And they're only bringing this into Britain as a 64 kilowatt hour.
Right.
So it's only in the bigger battery.
Right.
They've not announced a price, but they're saying it's a smidge, there'll be a smidge under 30k.
Oh, so roughly the same as the Kona.
About the
very
same as the
similar.
Kona.
It's amazing.
I know.
That there's a car like that.
I know.
For that price. When
And
you
it
think-
doesn't shout loudly.
No,
it's,
no.
it's a pretty, conventional looking
And
vehicle.
we're talking really similar range to an absolute top-end Tesla.
Yes.
Which is between 70 and 100,000 pounds, and this is 30.
Yes.
That is extraordinary. That's now economically possible.
It's amazing.
Technically possible.
204 horsepower, 150 kilowatt motor. We haven't driven it yet. Nobody's really driven it yet, apart from Nikki Shields.
Nikki Shields has driven it. She drove it a long way. So she drove it here, but we haven't seen her.
No.
Do you know, I've never been in one of these before. It's the first time.
Are you
And it's-
joking?
No.
You've never driven one?
No, I've never driven one, no.
Oh my goodness, you'd love it. They're a
Well,
really,
it's so
really
weird
good
to
car.
get in this tiny little bubble
But you've
that's outside.
but with loads of space.
Loads of space.
Look how
Yeah, I
look
know.
at that. It's just, I've always loved Smarts. I think
Yeah.
they're a great piece of packaging.
Yeah.
Of course, they used to be called, the electric ones, Smart ED.
Right.
They've rebranded since the EQC's come out, and they're now called the EQ. So the
Right.
Smart EQ, which is what this is, and this is a pure black edition, which I think is a styling.
I quite like that.
Look, you got
You're punching
perforated diamonds.
Ooh, you got mass punching on your seat.
You have, and you got red stitching here.
Bit of red stitching, a little
Yes.
bit of red suede up
Yeah.
there. Oh, a lot of. I like that
Yeah,
little
you
one.
can angle this.
Oh.
Angle of the dangle.
Sunroof.
Panoramic roof.
Panoramic roof. What's not to love?
17.6 kilowatt hour battery pack. So in today's terms, seems small.
It is.
But it's,
yeah,
a, small,
car.
It's a small,
yeah.
light car.
Yeah. So it's got what it was the range. We worked out about 100, realistic, probably 110, 120 miles,
Yeah,
somewhere around that.
yeah.
Which with 17 kilowatts is really good.
And also, most people who buy Smarts don't drive them.
No, you're not
Really, really
you're not
far.
thinking, let's go to the south of
It's,
Spain in it.
it's a really well-made urban car. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Nice finish.
It's been a good show.
It has been good, yeah.
it's-
Although it was manic, it's not manically. It's not as manic as other ones I've been to.
Oh, no.
I felt there was a bit more room to go around and see things.
There's breathing space at Paris this year compared to Geneva and
Yeah.
LA and Frankfurt. There's even a smart disco.
That
Which
is
is
one of
always
the most
good.
hysterical things I've ever seen.
Yeah, and like you said before, the interesting thing about the Paris Motor Show this year is that all of the stuff which is gathering the crowds is
the
full
electric.
EV.
It's full EV, isn't it? It's not even the plug-in hybrids. It's the full EV stuff.
It's
that's
full
getting
EV.
attention.
There is
Yeah.
interesting plug-in, but it's full EV that's
Yeah,
getting the
yeah,
headlines.
Yeah.
I wonder
But
what that's saying.
I do think I need to get a picture of that and give it to Craig Charles because I think he could use that for the Craig Charles Funk and Soul Show. A wooga. I mean, I can just see him up there.
You
He'd
and
love it.
him
Well,
producing.
no, can it just be him?
No, I'd like you, like some sort of Bez from Happy Mondays, enjoying the uplifting vibes, if that's all right. Thank you for watching this
Yes.
Paris Motor Show edition of Fully Charged.
It's clearly, I mean, I think it's the equivalent, talking about Craig Show is the equivalent, in a way, the modern equivalent of Faraday Past. So it is a time to wind up.
You've managed to weave it in.
Still got it in there. It's been a long day in Paris. We were all completely exhausted, but it's been really good. I'd like to thank Renault for bringing us, Kia for bringing you.
Yes,
We've done they've
thank
been
you very much,
kind
guys. I am going to drive the E-Nero imminently.
The E-Nero. He's going to drive the E-Nero. He's very lucky. I do like the look of the E-Nero. I think that's very nice. But that's all we've got time for. So as always, if you have been,
Thank you very much for watching.